Before CACs existed, kids went all over the place to be forensically interviewed about what happened to them.
And I know this personally because I was a therapist working with children.
Again, they might have to go talk to this medical profession, this CPS worker, law enforcement.
The worst thing that's happened to you in your life.
Not once, not twice, maybe even more than 3 times.
That's not what we want for our children. That's what used to happen before the Kids Talk Children's Advocacy Center existed.
And it's really the difference between day and night.
These children who walk through our doors are your children, they're my children, they're our neighbors.
One of my first cases had to do with a young lady who was 12 at the time.
Who had been sexually abused by her stepfather.
I received a police report and I made an appointment with Kids Talk Children's Advocacy Center.
She didn't want to talk to people that she didn't know would protect her.
We were all able to work together.
And once she started using her words again, she was able to go to Kids Talk and be interviewed.
She is 16 now.
She's now 17 years old.
She's starting to say really positive things about herself. Gosh, I'm gonna cry. I knew I was going to. And just really thinking about her future and the things that she's good at and what she brings to the table.
I ran into her mother.
She was able to finish high school.
Mom was a social worker now.
The person that did this to her has been convicted.
The child was in college doing
Very well. I'm so proud of her.
So to see the light come back in a kid's face is everything. You have to hold on to those moments because this work is so hard.
Children in our community deserve the best. And right now, they're not necessarily getting everything that they could be getting.
Sometimes families have to wait for 2 weeks.
What we know as best practice is children should be interviewed regarding allegations within 3 days.
We have a lot of children that need to be seen.
If we had a bigger budget for the Kids Talk program, that would take things to the next level.
We are outgrowing our space, and
We need a much larger facility in Detroit to be able to keep up with the demand for services. We need additional staffing. If we had those things, we would be able to see kids in a more timely manner. We want to continue to grow our medical services. That's very important.
So the thing about medical exams that we'd like everybody to know is that these exams are non-invasive. These exams are meant to help the child. They're also allowed to bring in their blanket, their stuffed animal, anything that's supportive of them during the exam. They're also allowed to have their supporting parent in the exam room when we do the exam.
They can be reassured that there's nothing wrong with them after what they have suffered and what they've been through.
They need us, and we need you to help us to help them.
So I think that it's important for people to know that while this work is heavy and the topic is heavy, Kids Talk CAC is not that.
We're different, and I can't brag about it because
And they literally skip when they walk out.
The very best part to me is after the interview.
We had a little girl who was here this week who turned to her mom and said, "This is the best place ever. Can we come back here again?"
she said, "Thank you so much. If it wasn't for Kids Talk, I don't know what I would do."
They come out of that interview room and they're different children.
A load just got lifted off them.
we do have happy endings.
I mean, it's really beautiful work. I like to be that strong person in that moment so that person can just kind of let it all go.
They now aren't thinking about this trauma or abuse that happened to them.
I would tell donors help break the cycle.
Treating trauma has a lasting effect on society.
Kids Talk Children's Advocacy Center shapes the future of our community.
To get to see that glimmer of hope for kids is just a real joy.
Do you need a tissue? Got emotional about it. It just takes one person, one champion to start that. And everybody has the ability to be that champion for children. And why not you?